Welcome back to day 9 of our journey through Isaiah. After chapters of warning and judgment, Isaiah 32 through 35 lift our eyes to a brighter horizon. Here we see the hope of a righteous king, the joy of salvation, and the promise of a redeemed people walking the highway of holiness. Isaiah begins with a promise. See, a king will reign in righteousness, and rulers will rule with justice. Each one will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm. This king is no ordinary ruler. He brings safety, stability, and righteousness. For Judah, this was a future hope. For us, we know this is Christ, the King of Kings, who rules with justice and mercy. Isaiah goes on to say that the Spirit will be poured out from on high, and the desert will become a fertile field. When the Spirit comes, justice and righteousness will dwell, and God's people will live in peace, quietness, and trust forever. We see this fulfilled at Pentecost, when the Spirit was poured out on the church, and we taste it today as the Spirit transforms our barren hearts into fruitful fields. But the vision also includes judgment. In chapter 34, the nations that rebel against God are brought low. Edom is used as a picture of the final judgment, its land turned into burning pitch, smoke rising forever. This is a glimpse of hell itself, the eternal consequence of rejecting the Lord. Isaiah is showing us both sides, salvation for God's people, judgment for God's enemies. And then in chapter 35 comes one of the most beautiful passages of hope in the whole book. The desert and the parched land will be glad, the wilderness will rejoice and blossom. Like the crocus, it will burst into bloom, it will rejoice greatly and shout for joy. Where there was dryness and death, now there is life and beauty. The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the lame will leap like a deer, the mute tongue will shout for joy. And then Isaiah describes the highway of holiness. A highway will be there. It will be called the way of holiness. It will be for those who walk on that way. The unclean will not journey on it. Wicked fools will not go about on it. But only the redeemed will walk there, and those the Lord has rescued will return. They will enter Zion with singing. Everlasting joy will crown their heads. What a picture! Salvation is not just forgiveness of sin, but entrance into a joyful journey toward God's presence. It is a road built by God Himself, leading to everlasting joy. So what does this mean for us? It means that Christ is the King Isaiah promised. He rules in righteousness. He gives His Spirit to make barren hearts fruitful. He brings judgment on those who resist Him and salvation to those who trust Him. He is the one who opens blind eyes, makes the lame walk, and brings us onto the highway of holiness. Friend, the question is, are we on that highway? Or are we still wandering in the desert? The way is narrow, but it is open. Christ has made it open through His cross. He bore our sin, rose again, and now calls us to walk with Him in holiness. But you cannot walk this road unless you are redeemed. Your good works won't buy you a ticket. Your religion won't clear the way. Only the blood of Christ can. On the cross, He cleared the road. In His resurrection, He paved the way. And now He invites us, repent, believe, follow. One day this road will end in Zion in everlasting joy. Tears will be wiped away, sorrow will flee, and we will see God face to face. But outside this way is judgment, like Edom, where smoke rises forever. So turn to Christ today. Step onto the highway of holiness by faith. Do not stay in the desert. Do not cling to sin. Come to the King who reigns in righteousness, receive His Spirit, and walk in His way. Tomorrow we'll move into Isaiah chapters 36 and 37, where history and prophecy meet. Jerusalem is surrounded by the Assyrian army, and God shows Himself as the one true deliverer. Until then, remember, Christ is the King, His Spirit makes us new, and His highway leads to everlasting joy.